Pleasure doing business with you.
How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Black Wolf, and today we'll be going over Tarka G, the Loyal Drunk. So, for the glyphs, what I like to do is go all purple left side because that's going to build my stamina recovery. Tarka is a character that burns through stamina with his ultimate. He needs that. And then for the right, all red, all right, rage. Fills my rage meter. I can get back in the fight with my ultimate. You feel me? Let's take a look at his skills. We got Flame Force. Serves two function. If you hit right trigger, he does a jab. And if you hit left trigger, he does crowd control. 9 out of 10 times I go with the crowd control, right? And it applies burn too. So whenever you jab them and or crowd control them, it ignites them on fire and burns them and their health slowly diminishes. And then when in doubt, just throw a fucking fireball, dude. Yeah, you feel me? Like when in doubt, when I was first starting to learn Tarka, this is what I did. Right? When I wasn't good at neutral play, I just chucked a fireball at them. There was nothing they could do. And if you combine that with the fire frenzy, you can just do this. You can just make it rain fireball on them, bro. But once you get better in neutral play, what you really want to do is switch over to fire frenzy extend for two reasons. One, it gives him that extra speed for his aggression. And if you're good at katana, he has an infinite katana combo, right? And two, you get this nice crowd control flying knee thing that you can use to reset neutral should you need it. That's very important, guys. You feel me? Anyway, let's take Tarka into a fight. Let me show you what I'm working with. Let's rock out with him and get into the nits and gritty of it all. Tarka is a high aggressive disruptor with fire attacks, a versatile mobile hero known for his high speed and defensive hard to counter combo. To me, he reminds me more of a defensive Akos, Akos being a highly offensive skirmisher, while Tarka being a highly offensive disruptor. Meaning, he's there to fuck up the enemy rhythm, bro. He's giving them no chill. Get jiggy with it. But unlike Akos, if you jump Akos and just shut that shit down, like that's it. If Akos is giving you a problem and you're in duos or trios, just jump his ass. But unlike Akos, who can't handle multiple people at once, Tarka can. He has the ability to crowd control. And as you can see, I just popped my ult to engage in this fight, and now I have greater mobility. You feel me? I'm able to catch up and keep applying pressure should I need it. And he leaves a trail of fire behind, so chasing him is a suicide mission. That's why a lot of people, when they're low on health, just pop his ult and then run away. But nah, use it in combat. Use it to engage. Don't be afraid to engage in combat, to initiate combat with his ult if you have it. Don't wait last minute. Tarka is a highly aggressive character that's capable of handling himself in a 1v1, 2v1, 3v1. Don't matter. Tarka throw hands, bro. He throw hands. He's very good in neutral play, and should you mess up neutral play, he has the kit to reset back. But unlike someone like Takeda, who heavily relies on neutral play, Tarka doesn't, right? You can just spam his skills if you're good at it. You don't really need to be good at neutral play to make Tarka work. You just have to understand how it works. And he has the kit to brutalize his enemies should you need to reset back to neutral and force them. But after that, you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in once you use that skill. You gotta lock in. As you can see right now, boom, reset the fight back to neutral. I'm gonna get cocky with it, and boom, I'm better at neutral play than him. And like I said earlier, Tarka reminds me of a more defensive Akos, right? He's very good at applying pressure, but you have to be steady with him. Timing is the key with Tarka. With Akos, just keep applying aggression. With Tarka, not so much the case, right? You want to be able to disrupt enemies' flow with his guard, right? As you can see here, I messed up my counter. Not a problem. Stay locked in, stay in control, guard, and then boom, resetted her back to neutral, burnt her health away. Same thing with this guy. It doesn't always work though. It's not always a guarantee. if they're a smart player, they're not gonna fall for the bait, especially if they play Tarka. This guy plays Tarka, so he sees me guarding and he baits it out. He waits it out. He's not stupid. Once my guard ran out, he forced me to pop my ult, and it was pretty much over for him. He was trying to spam his attack, but I trapped him in the corner and was able to, just burn his health away, right? Tarka, timing is key with Tarka. It's not like Akos where you can just brute force your way to a win with Akos. With Tarka, you need to stay in control of the fight. You need to know when to pop your abilities. That's very important, and you need to watch his rage meter as it's burning when you're in his ult. If not, you're gonna waste it, right? The Fire Frenzy extends, as you do more damage to enemies and or take damage. So you gotta watch it, but it drains your stamina mad quick. And then because you don't have any stamina, you can't really keep up the aggression, and then you limit yourself in the ultimate. So timing is key. Disrupting your enemies in the right time is key, and knowing when to go in with the aggression is key. Tarka is a more defensive Akos. They play the same way almost, just Tarka needs to know when to pop his abilities and stay in control of the fight. And when it comes to disrupting enemies' tempo, unlike Takeda, whose demonic aid is the best ability in the game to reset enemies to neutral, because it gives him the advantage of, disrupting enemies' tempo. It gives him the advantage to control the rate of aggression that the opponent is willing to put out. Tarka IG, however, mimics that through his sheer overwhelming speed and aggression. When he's in his ultimate, he's fast as hell. Only other person in speed that can match him is Akos, right? That can keep up with his speed is Akos, right? When he's in that Fire Frenzy extend, he's able to just go crazy and overwhelm the opponent and keep disrupting their combo that way. If you can overwhelm your opponent with sheer force, Tarka can maintain the fight. But should you mess up outside of his flame guard, he lacks consistent disruption unless he's in his Fire Frenzy extend. That is the deal breaker. When you're in your Fire Frenzy extend, then you keep up the aggression, and that's how you disrupt the enemy, right? Unlike Takeda, who sends out his demonic force one at a time, right? And then has a better control of the fight. With Tarka, you need to not master neutral play. You need to just understand it, right? You need to just have a decent understanding of it, and so long you do, you'll be fine.
They're near.
He's a very skill-friendly hero to use. His abilities aren't that hard to learn. If you ask me, what makes him difficult is trying to understand how his Fire Frenzy extend works. That's what makes him difficult to learn. That took me a while, and I'm still learning, right? I'm trying to learn how to do the infinite katana combo with it. There's a combo that you can pull off while you're in this Fire Frenzy extend, and just spam your combo and the enemies can't react to you. But that requires you to be very good at understanding how the Fire Frenzy mechanic works, and I'm still learning. I've been playing Tarka for 2 years and I still can't pull it off. So he does have a high learning curve in the game, as do every one of the characters. But once you learn the basics, it gets easier, and it's been getting easier for me with Tarka to the point where I can kind of be cocky with him, and that comes with anything in life. That comes with finesse, but with Tarka, he adds a layer of style. Kind of reminds me, he makes me feel like I'm Jackie Chan, if that makes sense. Guys, altogether, he's a well-rounded character, while Akos being 110% foot on the pedal, no chill offense, Takeda being on the opposite end, 110% no chill defense. Tarka is a healthy blend in the middle, and as a result, he doesn't excel at offense unless he's in this Fire Frenzy ultimate, and he doesn't excel at defense. He's a perfect blend, a healthy character that's able to dip into both should you need it, but as a result, he's he's in this niche area where if you're not good and know what you're doing, you're gonna get punished, because he doesn't have a strength in any one of the two, right? This guy right here almost gets me, and I had to really outmaneuver him to get the win, you know. So he is a perfect blend of offense and defense, if you ask me, but I like to use him more aggressively than most, right? I see a lot of people just playing him defensively, but the good players out there know the name of the game is speed, and you gotta brutalize your opponent with speed, overwhelming speed, and Tarka is good at that. He's very, very good at that. Anyway, guys, this has been Black Wolf. I hope you enjoyed my Tarka G analysis, and yeah,